What's up, guys? So let's get right into the video. So this is a chart of the SPY, right? And what happened today, obviously we skyrocketed early on. We were leaning bullish the entire day early on. Basically while I was streaming, multiple different opportunities to go long. A lot of people made a lot of money today, which is good. But we fell, right? And then many people became bearish. But this was just some really, really like textbook momentum. So basically, as we were falling, where would the next key level of support be? At the high of this candle on the 6th. Where did we come back and retest? Came back and retested basically at that level. So, and then we came and bounced to the upside target of the 38.2% fib that I was talking about yesterday. So it doesn't really get that much simpler than this. Also intraday, if you were paying attention to this, the dollar was skyrocketing intraday, while the SPY was also showing strength. But that was a good indicator that basically the SPY had to take a dip, and then basically once the dollar was showing that strength, that's when the SPY came back and retested 394. But regardless, when we have when we have such a strong moves to the downside, it's normal to have bounces like this. It's normal to have some sort of strength to at least the 38.2% fib. All right, especially if like just momentum trading. Even if you're looking at this on on a minute candle, this is how it literally works. You want to have a retest of prior levels of support. And this is literally like, it doesn't get any cleaner than this. The MACD is crossing above on the indicators. Looks like the RSI is about to cross above this moving average as well. But usually when the MACD is also crossing above, it's a bullish sign. The Fed, after the Fed meeting, the market continued going higher, right? So intraday, right, it made sense to be bullish because basically the entire morning, they were rewarding bulls, right? Obviously we had that big dip down, but the dip down is normal, especially in a bearish macro environment. So intraday, it didn't really make sense to just lean bearish the entire day. Yeah, there was money to be made, but like the price action was pretty good today. Even not while I was streaming, I was just talking about like plays, like, oh yeah, buying here right now would be good. Buying here right now with a stop loss of this, would be great. Every single play worked, and the price action was very fluid. It was very nice. Of course, there was that big drop intraday, but it came back and retested this level of support to go long once again. So, and then the amount of people that went bearish as this fell here didn't really make any sense. If we continued falling lower, and if we started breaking down below the 786% fib of basically this move, right, to the downside, and like of this candle, essentially like around 392, 391, if we start breaking down below that, that's when you start becoming more bearish for momentum to the downside. But yeah, guys, I mean, this was just this was not a good time to be bearish, especially as we fell back down to support. Also, yesterday at the close, I was saying that it was a bull trap. It didn't make sense to go long and swing long yesterday. And we obviously, so we closed at around 398, and then we opened today around 395. So going long on big, strong green candles is not always ideal, especially in this environment. So it's much easier to swing short. And a lot of the bullish moves, some of them mostly happened during the day, but trying to get a continuation to the upside for swings is very risky. Basically, I'm not looking to. This is a really good opportunity, basically, for them to just bring the market right back down, but it could be pretty disastrous. So once again, we have to keep in mind that they want to have a soft landing. So I am not even going to try to look to go long until we break back above this level here, and I personally don't see that happening unless like the buying pressure and everything can continue. There's so many different macroeconomic factors that are being like priced in, not being priced in. there's so much data that people are playing around with, that they have, that they're choosing not to share, that they wait to share at certain points. There's a lot that the average person, and especially like the average trader, does not have access. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to try to navigate swings, but overall, it makes sense to swing and be bearish longer term, right? Obviously, but intraday, there is a lot of money to be made to the long side. So do not just always have a bearish bias intraday. Of course, there's a lot of money to be made either direction. But the only times I ever want to become bullish or have some sort of bullish bias is after a big move down and a consolidation. All right. Basically, you're buying calls at support. You're buying at support. So that's really the only time that I want to be bullish. Otherwise, I don't want to try to catch any falling knives, and neither should you really. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. We were looking at the MACD trying to cross above as well. That's a bullish sign. And we were talking about how the 38.2% fib was going to be a target to the upside, and that worked out. But now it's tough to become bullish until we break above 406. Basically, we need to get a nice close above 406, ideally above 408, above the 61.8% fib. But yeah, man, this was just proper price action on the daily candle. If you just looked at where we were at support and everything like that, congratulations to everyone that bought the dips as it fell. Congratulations to everyone that shorted the crap out of it as it went to 400 the first time. So yeah, man, I mean, there's money to be made, and really there's not much else to talk about, really. Maybe if something happens tomorrow, there'll be like a better opportunity to explain. But you know, once again, the next upside target is going to be obviously the 50% fib at 404.20. But aside from that, I mean, yeah, I mean, this was 7 minutes long. There's nothing else to talk about. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.